solemnly swear
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of your ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, JFK. You are the 35th President of the United States. You are the youngest man to become president. What do you have to say?
We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, and oppose any foe to assure the survival and success of liberty.
In 1959, when the dictator Fidel Castro came up to power in Cuba, America was worried. So in 1961, we sent 1,400 Cuba exiles to fight. Fidel Castro knew about the attack and captured 1,100 soldiers and killed over 114 people.
June 4th of 1969, during the Cold War era, Khrushchev and JFK met and discussed the issues between their countries, signing a peace treaty that lets Western powers communicate with West Berlin.
Built August 13th, 1961, the eastern part of Berlin wanted to keep Western fascists out, so they decided to put up a wall overnight, dividing people from families and jobs in western part of Berlin. The wall consisted of 75 feet of fencing, nearly 300 watchtowers, over 250 guard dogs, 20 bunkers, 65 miles of anti-vehicle trenches.
People of Eastern Berlin were trapped inside the walls until 1989, when the head of the East Germany Communist Party told the citizens they could cross as they pleased. This caused people to climb and get across the wall. Some even took hammers and picks to the wall trying to disassemble it. Even to this day, the Berlin Wall is a very powerful symbol of the Cold War.
The hat's gotta come off. It'll affect your grade. Will it?
Khrushchev was a successor to Stalin, becoming premier of the Soviet Union in 1953. He started a process which was called de-Stalinization, which was basically to undo Stalin's accomplishments. Khrushchev was one of the main instigators in the Cuban Missile Crisis, placing nuclear weapons 90 miles from Florida, and oversaw the creation of the Berlin Wall. However, in 1964, Khrushchev was forced to resign as premier and head of the Communist Party. Can you fix that? God, that was...
In 1922, Stalin was granted the position of General Secretary of the Communist Party, by taking full advantage of this position and power to control all members' appointments. Stalin had almost all members of Central Command owning their position to him. In 1924, after Bolshevik leader Lenin died, Stalin took complete control.
After Nikita Khrushchev made a speech verbally attacking the rule of Joseph Stalin, there was a nationwide revolution in Hungary in 1956, which posed a great threat to the Soviet control at the time. This revolution, which began as a students' demonstration, quickly spread throughout Hungary, leading to the collapse of the government. Many of these thousands of people organized into militias, battling, imprisoning, and even executing Soviet troops and state security police. On November 4th, the Soviet Union invaded Hungary to stop the revolution.
President John F. Kennedy died on November 22, 1963, while riding in an open-top convertible in Dallas, Texas. He was shot by former U.S. Marine Lee Harvey Oswald, who fired 3 shots from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository Building at 12:30 p.m.
What you and I have to let the man know is we are peaceful people. We are loving people. We love everybody who loves us. But we don't love anybody who doesn't love us. We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us.
James Meredith was the first African American student to enroll at Mississippi State University. The campus soon broke into riots, and chaos ended in 2 dead and hundreds injured. President Kennedy deployed 31,000 National Guardsmen to enforce the law at Mississippi State.
An American woman by the name of Rosa Parks refuses to give up her seat to a white passenger, leading to her arrest. This arrest led to boycotts of Montgomery buses by African Americans that didn't end until December of 1956. This boycott led to white stores and businesses to lose lots of money, causing a Supreme Court ruling that desegregated buses, a starting point of the Civil Rights Movement.
We actually got in school, but we were only able to stay a couple of hours because the mob was so vicious. They broke through the lines, they broke through the police lines, and were coming in to do whatever they thought they could do to us.
Just got a report here on this end that the students are
in. And we got taken away very quickly, and we escaped.
Extreme situation has been created in Little Rock. This challenge must be met, and with such measures as will preserve to the people as a whole their lawfully protected rights. Mob rule can not be allowed to override the decisions of our courts.
Little Rock High School was a school in Arkansas. During the 1950s, 9 African American kids wanted to go to school there. But the problem was, the school was an all-white school. This event was very big and was all over the news, and many white people were outraged. But a lot of people were happy too. Eventually, the 9 African American kids got to go to school there, but they were treated very poorly and were even beaten by many of the white kids.
Alright. Howdy folks. Today we're going to be talking about 2 things. 1. Space monkey. A chimpanzee named Ham, believe it or not, went into space in 1961. NASA knew this was important because then they could put a person, human being, in space. This ultimately led to the first man on the moon. Take it away. Which was?
Neil Armstrong. July 20th of 1969, American astronaut Neil Armstrong stepped off the Lunar Landing Module Eagle and became the first human to walk on the surface of the moon, nearly 240,000 miles from Earth. Armstrong then spoke these words to more than 1 billion people listening at home.
Let's make it home. Alright, we'll quit.
That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind.
Richard Nixon lost the presidential election to John F. Kennedy in 1960, and then losing in 1962 to be the governor of California. He thought it was a good idea to be on a TV show to regain his prominence. So he did that, and one of his great lines was, "Sock it to me." After that, people thought he was a better person and became president in 1968.
Good morning, folks. We're going to be talking about Korea. There are 2 Koreas today. Before World War II, there was only 1 Korea. And that is the reason why there's 2 today, because after the war, they could not settle on one government. They wanted to be separate. One wanted to be communist and one didn't. So that is why there's 2 Koreas to this day. You can pause the video.
Hydrogen bombs. H-bomb, also known as the hydrogen bomb, was created by Dr. William Teller. The bomb is a thermonuclear bomb created in 1952
to combat the atomic bombs used by the Soviet Union during the Cold War? Ah. Wow. Now, hydrogen bombs have the potential to be 1,000 times more powerful than atomic bombs.
Based on the true story. Started from the trap, now I rap. No matter where I'm at, I got crack.